Take your mark.
Listen to the crowd. This is a remarkable performance.
A world record, Deadly. Have you ever seen anything like it?
He can't believe it, but it just happened.
Hello and welcome to About Last Night Budapest edition here at the World Aquatics Swimming Championships in, of course, the incredibly beautiful Duna Arena. We are joined for day 3 of the action by the incredible Elizabeth Beisel and, of course, 14-time, can you believe it, short course world champion, the wonderful Ranomi Kromowidjojo. Ranomi, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, John.
Well, listen, it was an absolutely massive night tonight. We had world records, we had 8 finals, so we're going to dive straight in. Let's start with those 100-meter freestyles.
Oh my gosh, it was like electric inside here. We have like the perfect guest here to talk about it. And so Gretchen Walsh coming out right out the gates from start to finish, just missing that world record. For you being a 100 freestyler, what do you think, like what's your thoughts on her race and how she swam?
I think she didn't even swim her best race yet. I mean, I think that 50-second mark will be broken, and Gretchen is one of the girls who, or maybe the only girl who can break that world record and go under 50 seconds.
At the moment, I mean, we were discussing that last night. She was so close to it as well. It's right there, and she's got more in the tank, as James was saying. And she said to me last night after she broke that world record that getting the title of world champion was actually more important to her. So to see her do that 2 nights on the trot as well, of course, the world record will be amazing. She's going to do it. But she got that second title, and you could see she was just so elated.
Yeah, and that makes me so happy because obviously when you miss a world record by just that much, there probably is a tinge of disappointment, but it didn't seem like it at all. Like you said, so excited.
And you know what? It didn't even matter because she got a world record later on in the night in a semi-final. That 100-meter individual medley is one of the events that we only see in short course. I mean, you used to swim it. It always looks like fun to me. Yeah.
100 IM is fun. I think a lot of swimmers don't race this that many times because there's not many not many meets to swim short course 100 IM. So it's very exciting to see a lot of fast racing, and this 100 IM was insane.
And she broke her own world record. I think you were telling me it was like October she did that, and she came back in, she went into that race. I chatted to her after the race, and she said that was the goal going into it. So she went into that race going, this is mine, I can do it, it's on, let's go.
And she'll probably do it again tomorrow night in finals. But then we were followed by another American winning the men's 100 free. And this event was absolutely stacked. We had Jordan Crooks coming out of prelims yesterday with a fiery, almost world record swim. Wasn't quite there tonight. It was all Jack Alexy. And for you, Ranomi, you know what the pressure is of 100 freestyle. What is it like in that ready room?
Well, I think it's different to swim a final. At first you have to swim the prelims, then a semi-final, and it's hopefully getting faster every time, but also the pressure is getting more and more. I think there is a bit of difference between men's and women's atmosphere, ambience in the call room. I think, well, from my perspective, the women's sprint events always were like, nice, we did some chats, kind of have some tea if there was available, and the men's are like, men's 100 free, there will be some different energy, you know?
Oh yeah, because the sprinters, they're fast, they're furious, they're focused, and he did it tonight. Jack went in there, he put together an incredible race, and it was his first world title, and we chatted to him after the race in that post-race interview, and he was over the moon. You could just see it in him. It was like, he's been there, he's been in relays, it was his first individual world title, and just on top of the world with that.
Yeah, and I feel like somebody like Jack, as a relay swimmer, to finally, like you said, rip that Band-Aid off, get the title, I feel like this is just an upward momentum for him going into the next 4 years because he's done it. He's here. He's proved himself as an individual world champion. I mean, do you remember your first ever world title?
At this moment, I don't remember. No, but it's great to be part of a relay team. but it's even more special to be there on your own, winning or standing on the podium. So that's definitely awesome.
So that was a fantastic way to start the night, of course, with both of those blue ribbon events, those 100-meter freestyles. We then moved on to the Canadians. It was Team USA, then it was Team Canada's turn. We had another world record with Summer McIntosh in that 200 fly, Olympic champion. She's doing amazing things. I mean, I just love watching her swim. It's incredible. Every time she touches the water, it's like magic.
She's dominating. She's so strong, and the 200 fly looks so easy, so smooth on her.
Yeah, and she was barely out of breath, by the way, at the end of it as well.
Classic. And to be honest, I don't think that's like a big surprise to me, just based off of the events she swims and how she trains. But for her to break a 10-year-old record by Mireia Belmonte Garcia, she swam when we were swimming. Like, that's kind of how old the record was. It was iconic. She was the only woman to have ever broken 2 minutes. Now Summer joins her. I mean, and for her to just do that as a teenager, like still in high school, that is unheard of. So Summer McIntosh, keep it up. She's crushing it. And then following Summer from Canada winning the 200 fly, we had Ilya Cameroon from Canada winning the men's 200 fly in an absolutely insane race, I have to say. I was speaking to one of the Canadian coaches right before Ilya's race, and he was like, Elizabeth, watch out for Ilya. And I was like, oh, something's in the works. How much does that matter, Ranomi, to have your coach believe in you? Maybe sometimes even more than you believe in yourself.
Oh, that's everything. Like there will be moments you don't believe in yourself or don't believe in yourself that much. And your coach is like, he needs to believe in you, he or she. So that definitely helps.
Yeah, and a big honourable mention going out to Alberto Rossetti in that race as well, when he was the fastest seed. And he put up a fight. Like, he did not make it easy for Ilya. And I know he was our world champion back in Abu Dhabi in 2021, and he wanted it tonight, but he just couldn't get that. That final 25, Ilya just took him.
I know, and Rossetti just pushed so hard that last 50. And to do that at the end of a tuner fly, like to have the energy that Rossetti had is unreal. But then for also Ilya to be able to hold off that push, that's something that's really, really special. And I mean, you could just see Ilya in his interview saying, like, I've been really working on my mindset and believing in myself. And I feel like tonight, maybe coupled with the coach and his own belief in himself, he's finally done it. He's world champion.
He's world champion. We love it.
And Nick Hope was able to catch up with both Canadians in the mix zone. Let's hear what they had to say.
I'm pretty over the moon. Yesterday, having that day off was kind of nice to recollect myself after a crazy day one. So yeah, I mean, tomorrow I have another day off and then right back into 4 a.m. So I'm super excited just to keep the meet rolling. And Ilya's about to swim and I'm sure he's going to kill it. So yeah, I just think Team Canada's been doing so good overall and it's so motivating and we all feed off each other's energy. So it's been great.
I was going to say the team, they all came and gave you a big hug at the end of that race. How much of a difference does it make to have that support?
Oh, it means the world. I mean, we're all so supportive of each other because we understand what each other are going through in these big moments. So yeah, to have that little team celebration after the race was awesome. It gives me a lot of confidence to keep pushing forward in my 2-fly in general. And I mean, one day my biggest goal, I think, in my swimming career is to break the 2-fly long course world record. So yeah, just baby steps towards that.
Yeah, I wanted to carry out that momentum the way how I finished at Paris, and I just wanted to keep carrying on the momentum so that I wanted to show people that I haven't lost it and I'm gonna keep going.
How hungry did the summer make you? You want more medals, you want more podiums.
It made me really hungry. I was like, I want to keep chasing this feeling of how happy I get to be after I do a really good performance. The Canadian team was a lot of support from them, and I'm so happy that they support me through all everything that I do. And I just wanted to, like I said, carry out the momentum with them, and I'm glad that I'm with the Canadian team.
And then an amazing night for Team USA. Then we had Team Canada, and then it was Team China's turn. They absolutely smashed both events in the 100-meter breaststroke. We'll start with the women. Tang Qianting, she was our queen of that 100-meter breaststroke at the World Cups. She won it again here, getting that double crown, put in an incredible performance, and long course world champion in Doha, silver medal at the Olympics, now short course world champion. It's been a massive year for her in that event.
She's doing great. She's doing amazing. But that world record from Ruta and Alia is still standing. And
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so tight, like 0.01, 0.02.
And it's been tied multiple times, hasn't it? That blows my mind.
Everybody has been so close to it.
Yeah.
And especially for Tang, I feel like, combined 3 100ths off the world record twice. That has to sing. But like you said, double crown, world champion on top of everything else that she's accomplished over these past years, and she's still so young. Like, I feel like the best is yet to come for her. So very exciting night.
And she's so fun. I think the energy in here was so electric. We actually had a lot of Chinese fans in tonight, and it was absolutely alive when she sang. She gave them a message after the race in Chinese, and they lost their minds. It was so fun to watch. And then we moved on to the men's program. It was QIN Haiyang, of course, but it came down to the touch. Like, Kirill Pagoda from the Neutral Athletes was putting in an amazing swim, having him back in the water. Ilya Shimanovic, world record holder, but Qin got him right at the end.
It's always his last 25 or 15 is very, very strong. And same as this final. It was all about the finish, and he did an amazing job.
Yeah, and to follow up, obviously, Tang's 100 breaststroke, we had the 2 Americans, then the 2 Canadians, then the 2 Chinese. It was just like, it was serendipitous. It was supposed to happen that way.
It felt like it, right?
Did.
It was fate.
Yeah, everybody was so electric in here.
And then, of course, Australia, my people, wouldn't let you guys have all the fun. Elijah Winnington came out in that 400, absolutely smashed it. Can I say, his final 25, I thought it was Kieran Smith's. I really, really did. And Elijah Winnington's final 25 was out of this world. He played that race so smart. His strategy, stuck to his game plan, and it paid off.
Oh yes, yeah, but I think that's the 400, the strategy, you know all about it. Especially short course, maybe even more difficult, I think. So it was an exciting race to watch, definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like, we spoke with Janelle Pallister right before the race, one of the coaches on Team Australia, and she called it. She was like, Elijah comes home strong. And like you, Kieran had that outside lane. He had clean water next to him in lane 9. So I was surely like, oh, Kieran's got this. He's played it like this. He wanted lane 8 out of the get-go. But then it was Elijah, like you said, John, smart, calculated race. And it paid off.
I also have to say, because it was obviously a double silver there as well, at the end of that race, but I have to say what we said about Reagan, it's the same thing with Kieran yesterday. He's not an unhappy silver medalist. He got out of the pool, he was on the boom at the back, like giving it all this, and I was like, get it, Kieran, defending world champion. And he was just still so happy to put in a performance like that, and it was wonderful to see. There was no disappointment, just elated and over the moon about it.
But I think, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go.
That's why we're here. But I think sometimes we do forget, it's not just only about winning. I mean, it's for a lot of people it seems like it's just about winning, and I mean in some competitions it just does. But becoming second of the world, it's not something you do daily,
Yeah, of course.
It's very special to be on the podium.
Absolutely.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I would love to be second in the world if anything. Yes. And also I'll finish that up with Kieran tying with Carson Foster, his teammate. Like, that probably added to the excitement, because it's like, when do you ever get to tie with one of your closest friends and teammates at World Championships? Did that ever happen to you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. No. So rare. So cool.
And speaking of Elijah, Nick Hope caught up with him, so let's take a look at what he had to say. And then, of course, we finished off the night. Beisel, we got to get into it because it was another world record for Team USA.
It was my people.
It was your people.
It was my people.
I had my turn. She gets her turn.
No, it was so great. And I was able to interview them after. And Paige Madden, she had an incredible leg. And you could just see the emotion. For all 4 girls on that Team USA relay, it was all 4 of their first time breaking a world record.
Wow.
All
was
four
it?
of them. Yeah. So like I can only imagine. I have chills thinking about it. Like I have personally never broken a world record. You have though. So I would love to know, what is it like? Can you put it into words?
Actually, no, because it's something that I'm so lucky and fortunate that I had like a personal world record, but also like back in the days, long time ago, I was part of the 4x200 team, 4x200 freestyle, who broke the world record, and that was like, I still remember that race because 4x200 short course is crazy. You know, it's long. You have to wait. If you are the fourth swimmer, you have to wait for a couple of minutes. It's about strategy. You see the Hungarians being on fire, and then you have to clear your mind, like focus on your own race. I think once you finish, you see number one, or you see a time, and you see world record behind your country. And it's not just by doing it yourself, but sharing it with a team. That's the special part.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one of yours. I saw you do it in Berlin. I got to interview straight after it. It was magic. One of our last ones. I remember that. Yes, I watched you break a world record and then interviewed it straight after. Special moment.
It's
Ranomi.
magic.
It was
It's
magic
magic
back then.
There was also magic though too, because I have to mention the silver medals were given out to Hungary.
Yes.
And this place went bananas.
Yes.
It was like the most electric that it's been in here, and there's a special place for that. It's the first time ever at a short course world.
Yes, first time ever that Hungary has medaled in a relay at a short course world championships, and to do it here. And what was amazing about it for me was, you know, Nicoletta is a fantastic, she was their lead-off leg, fantastic swimmer, you know, and she had a bit of a fluff at the European short course, and she was angry about it. She wanted to come in here and, you know, prove herself, and she did just that. And it was like the other girls were like, oh, like she stepped up.
yeah.
Like, we got to bring it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they did.
Yes.
The crowd drove them on, and it was fantastic to see them get that on home soil as well, you know?
Oh, it was the best.
Tomorrow is, of course, day 4. We get to do all of this all over again. So, Basil, what do we got to look forward to on day 4?
All right, on day 4, we have the women's 1500 meter free, the mixed 4x50 free relay, the women's 200 breaststroke, the men's 200 breaststroke, the women's 50 back, the men's 50 back, the women's 100 IM, and the men's 100 IM. And then we will end the night off just like tonight with the men's 4x200 free relay.
So, an absolutely massive night again.
9 finals.
9 finals.
We couldn't ask for any more.
Strap yourself in. Listen, thank you so much, Ranomi, for coming and joining us. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Yeah, she's brilliant. We love her. And thank you guys at home for watching us. We love having you tune in as well. Give us a like, a subscribe, and of course a follow across all of our social medias at World Aquatics. We'll be back here tomorrow delivering you all of the action and insight into day 4. So for Basil and myself, it's good night.